Arcosanti, a place to visit, and a place to fall in love, and a place to look at buildings being built.
Basically, you're gonna watch this video where you're gonna see a love story between two people. A girl, she's from a different country, and this guy, he's a journalist. And then we're gonna move on to some people who work there, and this guy, who I think he's from Home Depot, he's interviewing them. He ends up being a concrete guy. And you get to learn a little bit about, what's the place called?
Arcosanti.
Arcosanti. It's pretty cool. It's interesting.
Loved it.
Loved it.
Onward to happy
Let's
trails.
Let's go to Arcosanti.
Happy trails to you.
Happy trails to you.
All right, thank you. Thumbs up. Holy crap.
Okay, are we done?
That's insane.
Where do you go when you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, cause you're desperate? Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison? What's your pleasure? Oh,
Let's go, the building?
Yeah.
I just saw.
yeah, perfect. That's so cute. How's that? Amazing.
Okay, tell me a little bit about yourself and how you found your way here.
Yeah, no worries. So obviously I'm from Scotland. The whole sort of journey coming here, I don't know, I was going through a whole flux of change anyway. I'd been living in London and then I moved back up to Scotland. I was planning to go back to London, but in between that time I met Christian, and it was just a really random encounter that happened under the most and strangest of circumstances, you know. So we met, and then I was still planning to sort of move over to Dublin, but then he came back over around Valentine's Day and we fell in love. So we spent like 30 nights together, and the whole idea was, how do we extend this trip? So he was either going to come over to the UK or I was coming over here. The plan was, get me over here, see if I enjoy it, I can come over here for 90 days and let's just go on a voyage of discovery. Let's just get lost in each other, let's get lost in America, and just really, for me, I wanted to experience what the differences were in, you know, different states, because it's so vast in comparison to the UK, but I just wondered how the sort of mini pockets of societies and how it would differ, you know, from a place that is one country, essentially, you know. So yeah, so we started doing our whole journey over here, and we had a sort of base outline about, you know, where we were going to go and what we were going to do, but a lot of it's just sort of been, hey, we're going to be on this road here, there's a fork in the road, why don't we take this one, you know? And we got ourselves from Moab to here just by chance, you know. He'd been here before, he'd show me pictures when we were actually in Glasgow, he'd show me this place, like, this place is so cool, I went here when I was younger, and I was like, that sounds incredible. And like being here and finding out we can even like stay here and have this whole experience and meet the residents and get a feel of, you know, what it's all about here, and people working for the same sort of values, you know. It's about a togetherness, it's about work in progress. Like, that's one of the things I loved about it being an unfinished sort of place, because that's really life, isn't it? It's just like, it's all work in progress, and you know, we don't all have it together yet, but you know, we're working on it, and that's the main thing, you know. So but anyway, that's how we got ourselves here.
You've never been there?
No? What is it?
Oh, I forget what it's called now. What?
Isn't it over by Prescott or something?
On the way to Prescott. The my brain's not working.
Spit it out.
I can't. What's it called, Jed?
Arcosanti.
Arcosanti.
It's art? Is it
It's where they build all these houses and stuff like that.
like what kind of houses?
Well, he's a architect and builds homes out of the materials from the earth.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So, would you say they're environmentally friendly?
I don't know about that.
Well, if they're using things,
they blend into the earth. The homes are supposed to blend.
So, is
into
it
the
good
earth.
for the planet Earth?
Well, it's just
Their
a
homes?
perspective for a communal type living plan. That
Oh, well, so you gotta talk to the people you live by. You're all like friendly. Are the houses all close to each other?
well, I don't know if the plan was to make it a big commune where people would live in the
Like a
different.
hippie, like a hippie commune?
I guess it kind of had a hippie theme to it in the beginning of the idea of doing it.
And now it's just like an artistic place.
Right.
I don't know. I've never
They
been
do
there.
a lot of wind chime making and artistic things.
Oh,
And
okay. That's interesting.
they built the original homes by putting a great big pile of dirt on the ground. Then they built everything over the top of the dirt.
That sounds
The
really.
building. Then they dug the dirt out. Then the inside was that was the inside
That
of the
sounds
building.
really interesting.
Yeah, it's
I've never been there.
fabulous.
Okay.
When it first opened up, one thing they had a problem there. All the people came to visit it there for a big grand opening or whatever like that. And they were parking out in the desert, but they hadn't cut the grass down, and so that the people that pulled in there with their cars and stuff and dripping oil or starting their cars and hot exhaust pipes, they started a fire in the desert where all the cars were parked.
When was this? The 70s?
I don't know when it started. I can't remember.
I
don't remember the time it started, but it was
you-
quite a while back.
Could you Google that?
Well, probably, I don't know, it probably was
You don't know.
25, 30 years ago.
You can't Google everything. Google's not the answer to everything.
You can say, when was the start of Arcosanti?
Arcosanti. Okay. I guess I'll have to Google that later.
Oh, it's in the show. You just have to continue watching the show.
Oh,
And then cue me when you guys are ready to go on with the show.
we're done
We're ready to go on with the
talking.
show.
Give me a finger or something like that.
Yeah.
Boom. That's it. I like thumbs up. Okay. Beautiful.
These roads intersect, on each one I reflect.
Yeah, so Jade, who you will have down here shortly.
Oh, when we start talking, it
Dad just
tells.
said this is a love story. And I was trying to listen to the love story.
Between the couple.
Yeah.
It's in from Scotland.
Okay, let's.
By us talking, we stop it, huh?
Oh, don't talk so much.
Okay, all right, let's watch.
And I was doing a kind of a investigative report on Brexit. This was post-Brexit and pre-Trump. And I had met her at the tail end of that trip to the UK. And in a strange turn of events, later I was covering the inauguration and then the Women's March in DC, and a couple weeks later I took a flight to go find her out of the blue. And when I did, we kind of were a perfect match at the end of it, and stayed 13 days. I kept canceling my flights and staying there. By the end,
I think
I'm
we're-
kind of confused, Dad. How did they meet? They know, like, was he at a concert? Was
No,
he
they
visiting?
met. He explained it.
But I didn't.
He's
explaining it right now.
No, I already
They
missed
met in the UK while he was over there.
Okay.
He was covering.
This can be part of the show where we actually go in reverse to hear what he's saying. Because like in a movie, like you see this in a movie.
I missed what he said.
Like he said it and he told me like, oh, I didn't know what he was saying.
No, I don't know what he said.
Okay, you want me to go back?
No, I just wanted Dad to tell me really quickly.
What happened?
They met in the UK.
They met in the UK. Well, he was
Well, he was-
over there before Donald Trump came onto the scene.
Was he
And
working?
he was covering the exit.
Brexit.
Breakfast. The beginning. the beginning of the UK leaving
The Euro.
the Euro and all with all the other countries that they're joining together and sharing the same money.
Okay.
That which they're going through right now.
Just seems
still.
so serious though. Like, so he was there and he's like covering this.
He was
and then
reporting
He met her.
it. He's a reporter.
Okay, we're good.
But I said, I needed to find a way to move you to the States or me here. And so we plotted it for a little bit, and I picked her up at the airport in New York on April 1st, April Fool's Day. And this is like the 34th day of our zigzagging trek across America. That is equated to 6,500 miles so far in 34 days. And on a few places that I thought she should see in America, I said the Grand Canyon and Sedona. And in that, I said there's a little community called Arcosanti that I went to with my dad and my brother 33 years ago in 1984. And I said, if it's still there, and we looked it up online, and it had grown bigger, and there was lodging, which we were like, wow, we can actually stay there. And I said, when you see this place, you're going to be blown away by it. And that was 3 nights ago. So we were here 2 nights and then moved up to the Sky Suite upstairs, which was a remarkable thing in itself. But yeah, it's been quite an experiment, because for her, she's seen America's diversity at every level, flying into Manhattan and staying in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, while we were in the Smokies, right? And Arcosanti is such a statement on all of that. You know, the level of community and or neighborhood or being able to live on finite resources versus Americans that believe that the resources are infinite for some reason. But she's had quite a petri dish of American diversity of not only people, ethnicity, and religions, but philosophies. And I think this one most fit and most felt like we belonged for some reason.
It's just taking a chance in love again. You know, we've both been through our own situations that may have deterred our belief and our faith in love and in people. You know, but through the adversities and the trials and tribulations, it's really given us more faith and hope in humanity and in people and in love, and just to never really give up. You know, and it's been more so just allowing things to happen organically. There's been opportunities, but it's just been about seizing those opportunities. There's so many things that come up, and you talk yourself out of it all the time, and it's just not having that regret. I knew if I didn't take this opportunity and this chance with Christian, then it was going to be what if, and you know, you don't want to have those sort of regrets when you're older. And I just thought to myself, this is one of those times that if I don't embrace this and I just don't go with what I'm feeling here and what I'm feeling here, then you know, I'm going to look back and realise I talked myself out of this because of all these logical reasons, and there's nothing logical about love. You know, it's being on a sort of vibrational frequency, and once you're on that together, it's amazing what synchronicities unfold as well. You know, it's even thinking the same, you know, prompting what the other person's going to say, and generally just the you know, what's around you as well.
So, you guys had a party last night?
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo.
Celebrating the Mexican independence?
Yeah, it was an excuse for a party, you know.
Alright, and what did you drink last night?
Oh my goodness, I started off on red wine, which I had a lot of, and then we moved over to tequilas, sangria mixes, yeah, lots of shots. And there was some smokage as well.
How are they okay today to do the interview? They must not drinking that much.
I think it's a young couple, and what young couples do when they're together, you know. That's what they were doing.
Yeah.
At their party.
If I drink that much,
I think that's what they were
if
talking
I drink that
about.
much, I wouldn't be able to be interviewing like her. I'd be like in bed. They'd be like, "Don't speak to me." Anyways.
I think she was just more.
She's very eloquent, like the way she speaks about love. Like when I'm like, "Yeah, me and Nick love each other, sure." Like, you know, like, but she's just really eloquent. Maybe it's the way she like talks though. Don't you think?
Oh, well, she's talking to the camera and making it.
I know,
sound
but she makes
interesting.
it sound so eloquent.
Right.
Don't you think? Is it just her accent or?
Or maybe her upbringing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
right.
Well, so but it was a really good night, but it's like I don't really drink that much anymore, so when I have like more like liquor and wine together, it's like the combination the next day.
was for us a very serendipitous kind of journey so far. But it was weird that it brought us here because when I was here in August, and we figured this out afterwards while we were here, when I was here in August of 1984, well, that's when I was here. But on the way here, when we were in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, there I saw an Army and Navy store, and I said, let's get dog tags. And she said, what do you want to put on a dog tag? I said, just a saying, something like, a little saying. So I made one for her about serendipity. On mine, I put the saying I've used forever that was, no matter where you go, there you are. And I Googled it to try to remember what it was from because I knew it was a movie, and it was Buckaroo Banzai. And listen to this. So I get it like fitted, I put it like a dog tag. It says Banzai, Buckaroo, no matter where you go, there you are. And so I looked at it the other day when we had been here for a few days, and the movie came out on August 10th, 1984. I had seen it on that trip with my brother and my father without even knowing it, and got this printed and done 3 weeks ago before we ever talked about or thought about Arcosanti. So very strange. And the saying itself, no matter where you go, there you are, is very duplicitous in its meaning, especially with this place and this week we've had.
Wasn't John Lithgow the villain?
Yeah.
I just saw him on TV.
Yeah.
Again, like he's on some show, so that's
he's
that's
awesome.
strange too.
Well, I was telling her about it also, the movie, because the movie's about aliens from another dimension trying to merge their dimension with ours. And across this crisscross that we've had in this journey, we've often said that like the world, America we live in right now is like some tangent universe or dimension that's been split off because somebody messed with the timeline. Like everything got really weird a year and a half ago, But underlying, when you look back at it, all the signs were there way before this. The people moving to a subjective reality, more important than the objective, getting caught up in social media and like the falsities of how they see themselves or want people to see themselves. It's less important who they actually are and what they actually live by, So we've messed around with the thought that this is a tangent dimension.
So you guys have a long trip prepared?
Yeah. So we've already done, well today we're going to the Grand Canyon. We're going to set up shop for maybe like 3 days, just unplug again. Like this experience has been amazing because it's sort of like just built up a little bit more from camping, but you have that sense of community as well, which is great. And yeah, but it's so nice, the experience of just being able to unplug, just being able to get away from all the static noise, light pollution, everything, and just sort of feel and be. And that's the most important thing for me. It's just trying to be as present as I possibly can in each moment, because then again, if you're not, you look back and think, I could have enjoyed that so much more, and it's just embracing that feeling and moving with it,
So where are you guys going to get your workout on in the Grand Canyon?
Yeah, we do enjoy that. So we'll do some hikes, do whatever. I'm not even sure where we're going to the Grand Canyon. I've never been before, So a lot of the times, like coming over here, I've had to sort of be led by Christian, like when we're going places and doing things. So it's a bit more of a submissive role sometimes, but it's fine. It's just good to explore and meet new people. So.
Our stories are both long and intricate that
interlinked Arcosanti and number one.
Was she wearing a jumpsuit?
She was wearing a jumpsuit.
Like, that's interesting. I can't wear jumpsuits because I just can't. Anyways.
Why
You're
can't you
not
wear
a
jumpsuits?
girl.
Personal
You're not a
taste.
girl.
Personal taste.
Well, because I can't
Can you wear onesie, Dad?
I've worn jumpsuits.
I can't wear a jumpsuit because they just don't look right on me. It's really uncomfortable, like, gives you like a front wedgie. So I can't wear a jumpsuit. Okay.
Have you worn a onesuit?
Totally. I can't, like, because I have like such big thighs and it's like not okay. Anyways.
You know what you should be wearing?
What?
Be Nouveau.
That became real popular during a time for guys, and they weren't calling
But what
them
if you have to go to the
jumpsuits.
bathroom?
They were calling them leisure suits.
What if she
What are
did?
the ones that go to the knees, Dad? What are the ones that go to the knees?
Oh, I know.
Capris?
Yeah. it could be.
That's what you should be wearing.
What
Caprice.
does she do when she has to go to the bathroom? Does she have to take the whole
whole
top
thing
off?
off? Yeah.
That's ridiculous. So you gotta sit there like in a public bathroom, like
Naked?
Yeah. Yeah.
that's so funny.
What are you gonna do? Unless there's like she has like a little cutout on the bottom.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, that was enough about that.
That interrelate to Arcosanti in a number of ways, but Jade's is peculiar and unique because she is a visitor from Scotland, and she was on the way into the country, stopped by immigration, detained and badgered and almost victimized. And it was a very weird way to start this trip up in Newark, in the Newark airport, of welcome to America, we don't fucking want you here.
So I watched this YouTube video recently, and it was this couple who were from somewhere in Europe, and they went to New York and got an old bus, and then they took the bus all the way up to Canada, and then drove to Canada to Alaska and down. And when they tried to get back in too, they had a really hard time. Like they didn't want to let them in, and that's just messed up. I don't know why. But I understand the strict policies, but at the same token, I'm hearing everybody saying that they're having horrible experiences trying to come in.
I guess it depends where you're coming in at. If you're coming in on an airplane,
Then it's
they're almost more so. Are you done?
no. You're supposed to look at that.
When you come in an airport, they're almost kind of been already evaluated. So, but when you come in like they did,
Through-
from leaving the country in a car to coming back in,
Yeah.
they're double checking them more because they're more worried.
So-
They haven't been screened at the airport. They know where they're coming from, so they've been already kind of pre-cleared. But when you come in from another place, from Mexico or any of the things in Canada,
Okay, no.
they
so
think you could be a terrorist or something.
When-
So they got to really
when
trouble check
these
that.
people who did this journey,
Right.
they like got into Mexico. They said, "Oh yeah, they let us into Mexico, no problem." But when they were coming into Canada, into Oregon, they
Right.
they took their dog and put it in a kennel and didn't give the dog water for like 2 or 3 hours.
Because that's how long the interview took.
They didn't want to let them in, but they let them in. But it sounds like they did the same thing to her.
To a degree.
Yeah. Well, I understand they're strict, but they should still be nice. Not like have a traumatizing experience.
I think it depends where you're coming from and where you're from. Because when I went to,
Did you see her? I don't think she looks like oh, she's gonna be a bad person. But I guess you can't judge based on.
Terrorist?
yeah, I don't think you can tell by looks anymore if they're thinking terrorist or what have you.
Yeah. Well, I just think I'm just
When
hearing.
we went to Canada, because we were U.S. citizens and we had our passports from the U.S. and coming back, we didn't have any problem coming across. And they may not have had as much problem if they all were Americans because they have U.S. passports. She had a passport from the UK or wherever the heck it was from,
Yeah.
Scotland or however they do it there. So I would just think less problems at the airport. Less problems probably coming over with boat, but any of the
Anything coming-
through a car or whatever, because
It's
they might
really,
think
really,
that
really
you
hard.
might have picked up the person on the side of the road. They don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm just saying it's like I've heard so many things now where people are like being traumatized coming in here into the United States.
Well, they got things now even when you go places, if they want to really detain you and stuff like that, they take your passport. And then you can't go nowhere. So whenever people are there, someone requests that, some people are really belligerent about the fact, no, I don't want you to take my passport. I want it right here. People have been trapped in those countries sometimes to be laborers because the place you went to work with will tell you that you have to leave us your passport with us until you're ready to leave, then we'll give it back to you. But that also keeps you there until they give it back to you.
That's crazy. Okay.
It happens.
You better have a return flight by midnight tonight or we're kicking you out and we're cutting your visa short 45 days. And that was how she entered. And so to see almost the opposite of that, like a welcoming, a community that welcomes people and says anybody of any race, creed, color, nationality is welcome here as long as you kind of fit in and do your part and have some type of, what'd you call it, return. You give in, put in what you take, or take what you put in.
So, like a purpose for existing here or something like
Well, you know, I forget the term for it, but it's what they expect of her. So if she wants to extend her visa past 6 months, she has to have a job to get a work visa. She has to be contributing back to society, to American society. She can't be a freeloader. She can't be someone that wants to live off of certain systems that we have as a country that people pay taxes on. So if she's working, then she's paying taxes. Then she's welcome here. That's interesting, isn't it? Otherwise, she's not. And they looked through her phone, and they took her access code and her passcode, and they went through all of her personal business. Where you at? She's in the restroom.
Initially, it was sort of like 30 days travelling, and then we're going to maybe set up shop in LA for 30 days and just see what happens, see if it was going to be compatible, see if it could work in real life, when we've got to do all the things like work and other things, because we've been in such a whirlwind of love, and it's when you have that intense emotion, it's trying to project that energy in a way that's going to be creative and constructive and be most efficient in getting the best out of each other. So that's what we're really working on. I think that's the sort of like the next stage. It's just getting that action in place to enable us to sort of live a really fulfilled life together. So for now, it is all a bit up in the air where our next step is going to be. We're going to finish off this trip that we'd planned and then just see what happens. Really, there is a lot of unknown, but what we do know is we love each other and we want to keep exploring each other and new people and new experiences and just really how it's going to make us grow as individuals and together. If you're an amazing person anyway, or you've got certain abilities, just sort of having that union with someone who is absolutely incredible, like what can that bring out of you? It's what can you bring out of that person? And it's a really interesting it's an interesting thing to see in a sort of micro perspective, when you're sort of really involved in it, and then sometimes you'll have that maybe a little reflection point and you just look at it from a different angle and it's crazy.
Have they not long?
What's that?
Have they not been dating that long? Because it seems like they are in the newlywed stages of dating. He seems.
Well, I don't know their background either, how long they've been together.
Yeah, it just seems like she has nothing but praise. And I'm just like.
I keep looking at you and looking at the film there.
Because if you've been with somebody for a while, you don't normally talk so. I don't know.
It's funny, I don't want to make comments of people when you're looking at her and you're trying to think how she is.
She just seems like she seems too happy, but I don't know.
Well, I think some people should act like. I think she is happy right now.
Yeah.
But does her neck look normal to you?
I don't want to say anything.
I know, it's just like. But she has like a turkey.
It's just the shot. That's just the shot.
Well, it looks blue
That
and
is
it.
hilarious.
Dad.
I don't know. I'm just commenting.
Dad, maybe somebody's talking about your neck right now.
I imagine a lot of people would see older people and think, or whatever, that
Look at
they
it
have
from a different
saggy
angle, and
skin
it's crazy just to see all the different dynamics of the relationship and how it's working and intertwining together. So, yeah, it's fascinating. But again, they do have to be comfortable with the unknown. It's and just the having that explorer mindset and passion for adventure and passion for people. It's fascinating.
So I got here yesterday and I was setting up for initial interviews. And I kept on and they set me up in a room back by the gym. And I kept on walking back there. I got something. And I kept on walking through and totally breaking these people's concentration during their work. They so frustrated. Come on already, just go. But I think it was like, because they said like, oh, you can't use the other entrance because we just stained the floor, so go ahead and, you know, walk through the gym. I'm like, so sorry. You know, the entire time we've been doing this interview, there's like, this hotel, this is a hotel, right? Like, it's being cleaned right now.
Yeah.
Hi.
You know, you see no stars. It's all polluted by light.
Yeah, I know.
So it is nice to, you know, remind yourself how small you are in the universe.
All right.
Honest, this is the second
Dad,
half.
you're supposed to.
Get ready.
Okay, I'm
What do you
ready.
think of those people?
I don't know. I just saw them.
Okay.
They're.
Move on.
Wait, are they a couple too?
Yeah, I think they are.
Okay. They look really similar. Like.
This is not a love story, though.
Oh. It's not a love story.
No, this is not a love story.
Okay.
This is different. Onward.
Probably avoid the red room.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're cleaning.
I think he's cleaning up a storm. Probably take a peek in here.
We're preparing for a big music festival next weekend. We're going to have about 2,000 people here, and so
Oh, yeah?
deep cleaning a lot of different spaces, and yeah, a lot of them will be occupied. It feels like one big house, though,
Right, absolutely. We're all family, all live together.
But yeah, we have this concept of frugality, so it's nothing extravagant.
You have family, no?
Yeah, not here though.
Yeah. Yeah. And you live here, you know what to when you family?
No, I lived close to my family for almost 27 years, and I lived on the East Coast in the South, and I wanted a different sort of mentality and perspective. So my parents actually came to visit a couple of months ago, and it's really interesting always hearing.
Your family is coming here for.
They already came to visit, so they were here maybe February, and stayed with me for a couple of days. I know yours did that recently
How
too.
much time here? You say? How long you live here?
I've been here over 9 years,
9
and I'm actually raising a son here too. He's almost 7. He's grown up here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah,
Time flies though here. Time is
it
strange.
really does. It really does. It's always nice though hearing outsiders' perspectives. So, you know, what do people think driving by on the highway, seeing a concrete structure out in the middle of the desert? You know, some people think it's a mansion. I almost thought it looked like some sort of like hideout laboratory on the top of a hill. So when we're giving tours, we hear everyone's perspective every day, and it's really interesting to see how that differs between person and person.
And this kid not living here, no?
Are the kids living here? Most of these aren't. No, most of these are visitors, just here for the day.
You say it's open to the public.
Sure,
Everybody here come.
sure.
For major holidays, yeah.
Welcome. Welcome problem.
Well, we because this is still a project under construction. It's technically a construction site. So anybody on the property, we sort of like to have a tour guide with them, so they're not going to walk into an active construction site and get hurt.
All right, so just speak into the microphone real quick, and
Yes. This song, nice song. Oh, yeah. Song. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay.
perfect. Yes. Just introduce yourself there.
Perfect timing. Hold on 1 second. My name's Kevin. I came here from Charlotte, North Carolina, and initially I came to Arcosanti for a music festival 2 years ago. Those cultural events are really what ground Arcosanti in its ethos and what starts to define it. So I came here just in search of good music and realized that Acrosanti is so much more than just a party and a weekend festival, and I really wanted to experience it more naturally and less defined by this idea of a festival. So I started to investigate a little bit. I found out that they actually do workshops. So
Where you from?
I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina.
So I worked at a firm for 3 years, sitting behind a desk, staring at a computer all day.
What your name? You said? I'm sorry. What your name?
Kevin. Kevin. So was there until last November.
Okay, yeah.
And that's when I actually got a job offer to come back here, and I realized it had so much potential.
What did you do before?
What did I do?
Yeah, before, yeah.
I was sitting behind the desk, designing restaurants. So I probably did about 30 restaurants.
Was he really sitting behind the desk designing restaurants? Is that real?
No, he said that's what he did before he came here. The jobs he had before
He looks like
came over here.
He looks like he's 23. Do you really think he was designing restaurants?
Well, he's telling you he did. He could have been working at Home Depot designing. He could have been at Home Depot designing a floor plan for a restaurant.
Maybe, I don't know.
Or cabinet work.
I'm
I
not
don't
saying
know.
it against him. I'm saying he looks young to be designing restaurants.
Okay, I agree with you.
And he's wearing a shirt without sleeves.
So?
Okay.
So?
In a period of 3 years, and you know, cranking those out.
See his face. He did. He went like this. Like.
He's not believing it because he's. You're gonna find out he's somewhat.
Just kidding.
No,
He's just kidding.
He's somewhat of a Mexican contractor himself.
Oh, okay.
Move on. Move on. We're running out of film.
Month after month, week after week, really started to take a toll. Felt monotonous, very little sense of fulfillment. So being here, being surrounded by nature, is really what this place is all about.
What do you think this play?
What's that?
What do you think in this play?
The architecture, you know, the beauty behind the forms. There is no other place like it in the world. So this was a project started by Paulo Soleri back in the 70s, and the idea was born back in the 50s. So Soleri wanted to fuse the idea of architecture and ecology together. So two things that are usually very separate. Buildings go up, doesn't matter where they are.
I also just want to celebrate the fact that we have these cultural events at Arcosanti too. It's kind of a cornerstone.
Is the concrete, you know? All the building is concrete, you know?
Is this concrete all overhead?
All over, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything.
So even you can see that concrete extend outside through the glazing, and then those or that ceiling were the steps that I just sat on outside. So it's sort of the inside. My apartment is just a couple of walks away, so to be able to walk less than 5 minutes to a world-class musical performance is quite a treat, and something I'm very thankful of.
Yeah, I love it as being a parent and having my son growing up here. Like last year he was 6 and he sat through a whole performance of Hamlet.
Is that her son then? Oh, okay.
I didn't get, what were you saying? Is that her what?
Is that her son? I thought that.
I don't know.
She said her son was growing up. She was only 6.
Her son's growing up there. No, that's
But
not
did
her
you hear
son.
him trying to describe
They-
the concrete that was coming out? Like,
Yeah,
2
I'm
feet?
confused. I feel confused because I feel like, does he know what he's talking about?
Who is that?
The guy with the no
Yeah.
sleeves.
Oh,
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you think he knows what he's talking about? Do you believe him?
He's also talking into the camera too, Sue. Just like hey, Sue.
Don't
Lisa.
call me mom.
He's talking to the camera, kind of like we're talking to the camera. So
No, but
So 2 feet concrete just
But
right over
I'm
the
not
top.
like, yeah,
You're not getting it?
I
You guys full of
built 30 restaurants.
It's for
I
in
don't know,
3
you're
years.
blowing
full
it
of
out.
crap.
I think you
Full of
need
crap.
an
Full of
explanation from him.
I need some evidence. I don't know.
References.
Yeah, like
references.
I just am feeling a little like 30 restaurants in 3 years. You designed.
I think he could be
But
saying
I'm
that
saying
generally, Lisa, like he worked for a company and they did 30 restaurants.
So-
it could have been 30.
So he was like just printing
it
papers.
could have been 30 McDonald's.
Dad, you don't.
You don't know. It could have been 30
Okay.
Subways. You know, you're thinking too. Like,
No, I
like
think
big
he.
monster restaurants.
That's
I
what
don't
I think he
that's
was.
the case.
No, I don't think he
I
was.
think-
I don't think he's like I designed 30 McDonald's. I think he was like I designed 30 really nice restaurants.
Well, he might have designed the toilet paper roll. I don't know.
Okay.
I think you're reading too much into it.
I'm not
He's-
reading into
He's
it.
talking just like we are talking.
No, he's not talking like we're talking.
Okay, all right. Well, they're trying to make a film.
Okay.
And you have to listen to what the Mexican guy says.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Dad.
Which gets a little dark, but it was just amazing that he was able
What do you
to
like? What do you like
do that.
day by day here? What time you wake up in the morning?
What do I do when I wake up?
Yeah, in the morning.
Well, right now, lots of things. It changes
Oh,
daily, and my position is a planner, which is really so many things.
Yeah.
They have this analogy of putting on more hats for each job. So you have a design hat, you have a PR, public relations hat, you have an archives hat. So planning in most every department here is not sequestered and sort of restrained into only one type of work.
Yeah.
Whereas almost every other job and employment opportunity is very pigeonholed in that way. So some see it as a blessing, some see it as more responsibility, but I like the experience more than anything else. Let's head back outside.
Yeah.
I don't know if he explained this. He works with concrete.
Oh, wow. That's why the
He knows a
concrete
bit about it.
questions. This makes sense.
Yeah. I work for somebody in the foundation too. The foundation. Yeah, but I help my boss. I don't. He say my boss. He say the project for today. This that one and that one. Okay, he work on hand, he pay day, yeah, pero I know, and yeah, I do the job, pero I working when he say I need that one, I work, he say no, stop, I need this my engineer, he say this you work that one, oh okay, yeah, but I see my boss. He thinking different to me. I say he more fast when my idea, you know. He say no. He's the engineer. He say this, there, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
he's an
he pay
engineer.
me. Yeah, he pay me.
Do you enjoy working with the concrete though? I imagine it's
Yeah.
fun. I've floated a slab once or twice in my life.
Hey,
That's about it.
You floated a slab too.
Oh yeah, when we were in
In
Michigan.
Michigan, so you're an experienced mason.
You know, this is off topic, but Nick's gonna concrete the whole slab in the bathroom at our house.
Okay.
Just talking about concrete. Okay.
That's cool. Well, I'm glad you're here to see the project because we have a lot of concrete here.
It's big project. Yeah.
Foundations.
Yeah, I say that in my job, this the concrete this broken for the rebar. This is close to the end. If the rebar is rusty. If the water, the concrete is breaking. You know, it's this my job. I chip the foundation. Chip the foundation. This going the bad concrete is going. The rebar I put it some blaster. I clean all the rebar. I put it back the concrete. This is my job.
Okay. That's important. I mean, to make sure the buildings are structurally safe and.
And that foundation you were showing me earlier, how you just fixed that? How it was all leaking at the bottom?
Yeah, this the problem. This I working for this guy. When somebody he called this is my house. This having a problem. The foundation. He called my boss. He say, okay, I need check the plumber. Check the although maybe it's leaking something. The bottom is what is the problem. He leak it. He check. He no leak nothing. Okay, I check the water. This all the water stay here. Is why you concrete is why this broke. Your concrete is why your house this growth in the house. You know this not have good foundation. Okay, my boss he fit there. You know he my boss. He say okay I need something that one and that one. Yeah, it's my job. I speak too much English. Speak anymore.
That's okay. This is practice. It'll work.
My boss, he say, yeah, I don't have nothing for today. Okay, you take a day off. My family is in Mexico. My family is in Mexico. I stay here. I need work every day. Is more money. I send more money to my family, my kids, my wife. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This morning, this guy he go to the corner. There's a lot of labor in the. When I don't have nothing, I go there. He pick it up one guy. He pick it up. He go by. He say, what happened? He say. No, he go to Presca. He go to Presca. I don't have any time. I say I can go with you.
Ah, thank you for volunteering. Especially on a holiday.
Yeah, he's the Mexican. He say Cinco de Mayo. This labor drinking day. He say the Mexican. You know.
So what will you do to celebrate then?
Working.
So he's American and he celebrates Cinco de Mayo, your boss, and takes a day off?
Is he safe? I don't know. He say, I don't know.
Okay, you got anything else to add?
Nope.
Hey, thanks so much for your time. I
Sure,
appreciate
yeah.
it.
Thank you. I hope you got what you needed. Thank you, Arturo. Thanks for visiting.
Why is she taking her mic off already?
Because they're done.
Did you tell her to take her mic off?
They said they were finished up.
Okay. It just seemed like she was really quick to take that mic off.
She wants to escape. She wants to go with her boyfriend and climb to the top of the building.
Okay.
Just for a second. Hey, thanks so much.
Sure. Are you going to be around for a little while longer?
I wonder what went wrong today, eh? Why do I feel like I linger between the words you say, eh? To say the words you remember.
don't think you're following me what I'm trying to say.
You're saying it doesn't look like a picture perfect like magazine home.
Right.
You're saying it looks like something you
kind of
made.
an expression people would say. Somewhat, in some respects, it looks tree forked.
It does not look
Well,
tree-forked.
that's an expression, Lisa, that people explain about home-built homes by people that have built one. They're nice homes, but they weren't necessarily professionals that did it. Home-built.
Okay. Okay, can I say some stuff now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I liked the girl and the guy who's like a journalist and the girl. I thought the information they provided was cool and they seemed really cute. And the thing I liked about the two of them is they seemed really genuine. Then you move on to the next two, the people who work there. The girl, I didn't get a good perspective. She didn't say as much. The one guy talked a lot and I felt kind of, but it was interesting. I think then the guy who was interviewing, I thought it was kind of sad. His whole family is living in Mexico still. But overall, when you put it all together, I think I want to go visit that place. It made me want to go see it and see what it's all about.
I think you can go there at any time.
Okay, maybe
You don't need an appointment. They
know
rent
that.
rooms there, but you can just drive into there. They serve food.
Are they pet friendly?
Yeah, they're very they're very pet friendly.
Oh, maybe we'll go.
Yeah, you can walk around and you on your way to going where you just
Is there a swimming pool?
Okay, we got to call it to the end.
This is it.
2, 3. Goodbye.
Bye.